He was just 19 years old, a deserter, a thief, a nobody. But for a few terrifying weeks in 1945, Willi Herold transformed himself into something far more dangerous, a monster in a stolen uniform. This is the chilling, true story of the executioner of Emsland, a boy who posed as a German officer and left a trail of death across a collapsing Third Reich. Willi Paul Herold was born on September 11th, 1925, in Lunzenau, Germany. By 1943, he was drafted into the Wehrmacht. He wasn't a high-ranking officer, just a paratrooper, just another cog in Hitler's war machine. But in March 1945, as Nazi Germany crumbled and Allied forces surged from every direction, Herold found himself separated from his unit during the chaos of retreat. Alone, hungry, and desperate, he stumbled upon an abandoned car. Inside, a Luftwaffe uniform, complete with medals and insignia. He put it on. In that moment, Willi Herold became Captain Herold, a fake officer with real power, and people believed him. With nothing but false confidence and a stolen uniform, Herold began recruiting other stragglers, deserters, misfits, and criminals, forming a rogue unit he called Kampfgruppe Herold. He claimed he had direct orders from Hitler himself to carry out executions of traitors and looters, but there were no such orders. Herold was making it up, and yet the German bureaucracy didn't question him. Soon, Herold arrived at the Emsland lager to Aschendorfer Moor, a prison camp in northern Germany, where thousands of inmates were held, mostly German deserters. The guards welcomed him. They respected the uniform. Then came the killings. Between April 12th and April 19th, Herold personally oversaw, and sometimes participated in, the execution of over 100 prisoners. Men were lined up and shot. Some were hanged or beaten. Others were tortured. Herold's orders were swift and merciless, and carried out without hesitation by camp officials. He killed with the cold authority of someone who had no right to it. But Herold didn't stop there. As the Allies drew closer, Herold and his unit moved through northern Germany, murdering civilians, looting homes, and executing anyone suspected of desertion or resistance. At one point, they blew up a shelter full of civilians in the town of Leer. His trail of blood only ended when British troops finally captured him in May 1945, just days after Germany's surrender. At first, Herold claimed to be a real officer, but under interrogation, the truth unraveled. He was a fraud, a deserter, a 19-year-old boy who pretended to be a captain and became a mass murderer. In 1946, Herold was tried by a German court under British supervision. He showed no remorse. He said he was only doing his duty. On November 14th, 1946, Willi Herold was executed by guillotine in Wolfenbüttel prison, along with several of his accomplices. He was 21 years old. To this day, Herold's case remains one of the most disturbing examples of how dangerous unchecked power and blind obedience can become, even in the hands of a teenager. He didn't rise through the ranks, he didn't lead a movement, he lied his way into authority and used it to kill. Willi Herold, the so-called captain, left behind a legacy of horror. Not because he was powerful, but because no one stopped him.